do a lot of my work on company's time.
Okay, once again, you got to say that on live. We about to stream live.
I don't care.
2023, we don't care.
I do not care. I do a lot of that on company's time. A lot of my work on company.
Well, it picked up right up with that. Lord.
Listen, I don't care. Like, you have to really think about how much time are you giving someone else's dream.
But are they paying for that dream? That's my thing. Is it worth your time though?
And this is something I said in an episode too. Any job you go to and they agree to give you this job pertaining to you doing these duties and they're going to pay you this much, they're always winning better than you. That's why they agree.
But should it be that way? Shouldn't it be like that?
No.
So if, for instance, we own a business, you and I, Shan, own a business, okay? Yeah. We put the majority of our time into that business, right?
Right.
We put the sacrifice on the business. We've been here to this business with our podcast, our platforms for years, and nobody else was there. We got it out the mud. Now we're to the point that we can hire other people on. Why should somebody automatically feel they should make more than the owner of the one who started?
I never said they should make more.
What should they do? Because that's the thing. Knowing they worth. If I'm paying you this amount, I understand you to pay, the fair pay of this. Because really, as a straight up, and once again, I'm graduating. I'm gradually moving into a different mindset. I know the mindsets. I've been on all sides, but when you get to that point, like, yo, you don't have really much to lose compared to I do.
Who's to say that?
Explain why. Because once again, you don't have 3 years behind like I do. I'm more invested into the business.
Okay, I have to look at work as a mom.
Uh-huh.
I'm losing being at work when my kids are at home. I'm losing.
So what's your ideal thing? Because for instance, when you have how about being a business owner as a mom?
That too. My side business is losing while I'm dead set on X amount of money, no matter how hard I work, no matter how efficient I am compared to the people that work in corporate that get paid more than me and can't read. I'm losing my time to create something that's probably more beneficial to me in the long run compared to this job that caps me regardless of the quality of my work.
But what about, so if take that work you do at the job and you put in your business, what the reason, that's why I go into that sacrifice once again. Because if you don't have that for show money and you put it, because that's why we all still have jobs right now. Think about it. If you didn't have your corporate position and you put all your eggs into all of your podcasts and your personal creating, and stop being the side and start being your main. You understand what I mean? That's that risk I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And when you hire people on, let's say,
and that's the risk. And that's the one can only take when they have cushion to take that risk.
A lot of people don't take it with cushion.
But if you're living in that ain't me. If I had the cushion enough to take that risk, I'd take it every time. I take it every time.
And that's the thing.
If I had, I'd be looking at it like this. If someone said, you know what, Chantal, just worried about your rent, I'll pay you utilities for your house for the rest of the year.
Get the other piece to Anya.
Okay. I'll take care of that. Okay. I will be in a better position. But what people really don't understand is these companies and these CEOs and the ones that really built it, like you said, they stopped working decades ago, right? Because they set in the foundation, because they set it up to where they have the cushion, they have the net profit, they have the billions to do what they want to. My thing is like, I'm at the bottom. I'm a replaceable at these jobs. And so when it comes to my time, I learned a long time ago, I'm talking about 20s, where if you think you about to get 8.5 plus hours out of me in my day on a weekly basis, and I'm not about to also do work for me, however I could do work. And when I say do work, it could be doing notes on the side. It could be researching stuff on the side. It could be the 3 corporate computers that I have, me adding my Mac to the side. but I'm gonna figure out how I can utilize these hours also for me outside of my little breaks you give me, outside of my hour. And that's what it's going to take. Even when I was writing my books, I dedicated 2 hours after I worked 42 hours per week while pregnant to finish that book at work and got less sleep. But that dedication helped me finish that book. And the issue is a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice not being able to watch TV, not being able to eat out, not being able to go out for drinks, not being able to have time to bullshit. I would rather pour in and invest in me and have options later, especially for the girls being older and things being much more expensive, by missing out on the shit that don't count right now.
I respect that.
And that's what it has to be for it to make sense, because you cannot be in 2023 thinking your 9 to 5 is about to ultimately set you up. It's not. It's not. A lot of these companies are taking away pension off tops. They don't care.
What are your options outside of your 9 to 5 too, though?
Me editing for people on the side, which I already do. Me doing the books continuously and pushing the books. But other than that, right now, I don't have no options as far as like income. And so what I have to look at is like, can I invest that will continuously pay me so I don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z? That's why I have to look at it. It can't be, let me go pick up another job, because me being a mother is my second job.
Yeah.
And it's my second job that I will always put first.
And, you know, and that's my biggest thing looking at. Once again, I've been saying I'm trying to build a team. Doing things by yourself, you can get so far. Same thing with any business. Any business owner, like these people you saying at the top, do you ever talk to those people at the top?
I will never talk to people at the top.
And why is that?
Because those people.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Those people don't see where I am as me even deserving their time. We had a exec for the district and the company I work for, corporate wise. I've been working for this company for 40 years. And there was someone in there, I didn't know her, but she basically does the same position I did in the meeting. And she was like, well, what with the inflation and everything going on, what is this company doing to where it makes sense? Because I work this many hours, I do this OT, I do this. And this company where they basically have the same position, they're paying people a lot more with more benefits. And he straight said, you know what? This company for me, this company works for my family, and I don't have any problems with this company. But if this company's not working for you, by all means, go ahead and get the other job.
Yeah.
They don't. And if you have a company, that's cool too. My thing is, we have to stop having this mindset like companies really care about what your life prerogative is. We have to get to a point where we detach the feelings that we have with these companies, detach the little perks that in the long run don't mean nothing, and say, me sitting here, what am I giving up?
Yeah. And what are you, we got to look at both sides. What are you receiving and what you're giving up?
Always what you're receiving. You know? And right now, what I'm receiving from a company that I work for is semi-stability. And I say semi-stability because let's say I'm not working for a month, I'll be in a shithole. And it shouldn't be like the way people work.
Yeah. And once again, hey, Vic and Lo, y'all are more than welcome. I know we doing our thing here, Shannon and I. Because for instance, once again, I think about when I say I have these conversations with CEOs, been having them. Even when I started out, I've always talked to the people. I would find them when they're eating lunch, and I would never that quiet one. I would come and say hi, introduce myself, and just want to sit down and talk to them. I still look at those as human beings.
Respect.
Judges, people, because that's what they are. They just, how did you get here? What did you do? And because one day, like that's why I want to be here. One day I will be in a position of leadership. Well, I'm already in a position of leadership. I would be in a position of high, very low. It's not that many other people that can make the type of decisions I'm able to make of leadership. Okay. It's one thing when somebody's looking at me, oh, he did this. Because it's already been said. People said I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and don't know a damn thing about me. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't see that work I'm putting in. Y'all don't see because I'm already looking forward to the point where I can pay other people to help them out in life and for them working. This is because I'm not doing this to donate to other people as well that I'll donate to people in need. But if you want to work to continue to build and something I believe in, it may not be everything. Culture is not everybody else's belief. But if I'm getting to that point where I can hire people on to do a job, that is great. And like you doing things on your time, that's cool. But I have to build in the mission I'm going, and that's what I'm trying to focus on. But that's, once again, I'm getting there. That's the big thing. I'm getting there, but I'm also trying to say, I'm already realizing no matter when I get here, it's going to be people that's going to look at me, however they want to look at me. So should I still take the time out and pause for them, because they're going to think of the way they're going to think about me no matter what.
You never pause.
Oh, go ahead.
I heard we never paused.
No, I was saying you never pause for other people. But what a lot of these execs and CEOs will never sit and tell a lot of people is, I went to lunch with a group of friends and they decided to invest on a Tuesday $20K. They decided to invest on a Thursday $50K. Like, people just don't build these companies that are successful out of nowhere. Like, they have a support system to do those things. They have somebody willing to not pour in on themselves, to pour in on your idea to do those things. And it's really about everything you be saying, building a community, building people around you that have an understanding of where they're strong, where they're weak, and where they would like to commit to for the greater purpose.
Mm. And one thing I gotta say, I have sat down with some of these folks, and some people I've seen in very successful positions, and the work they put behind it is just crazy. And that's why I see the work that a lot of us do, but they also have guidance for those people that's been at the top or once again, we can talk, that's the community, that's the relationships they build. But I've seen multimillionaires, like, once again, I've sat down with these people and I know they work. They may have a connection, but they get around with other people with money. That's the thing. And the people that may not see the work that's been put into it, or may have that pride that I would never ask somebody for this, I would never do this. Well, I will. But that's a sacrifice at the end of the day. And how much are you willing to sacrifice? How much you really do to sit down, have a conversation, make some time for yourself, or not for yourself, for them, and for them to talk to you. Because even when we talk about the investment, you may not be able to invest all the money they can invest. How do you get it? Well, you got to, like everything you just said, the sacrifice you just said, well, you can't go out to eat. You can't go to the parties. You got to miss some things, Some people are not willing to sacrifice all these things to get there. I always joke about the Beehive. Okay, hey, y'all don't come for me because y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all listen to everything Beyonce say, but when she told y'all her workout regimen and what it takes, and she's a vegan,
right?
When how did Angela Bassett stay looking so young?
Right.
When I read and listened to everything she did. I'm good. I'm straight. That sacrifice.
This is how you know Angela Bassett been on her shit for decades. When I met her husband in person, I looked at him. I said, "I'm so jealous of you." And he was like, "It's me." And he was like, "I said, you have the most beautiful wife, consistent, hardworking, and y'all have a strong relationship despite both of your careers." And I'm jealous. And he was like, "Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
Right.
But that is why when their son made that post and they made him apologize, I say yes. The
You are
epitome of blackness.
Yes.
Black
Yes.
parenting.
Hold
at
them
its finest.
accountable. Hey,
Yes.
yes, not for Angela Bassett. She's from my hometown. You know what? She's amazing. And you know what? Hey, it is what it is.
Oh yeah. But it took work. Even on their relationship, it took work.
Yes, and the thing is, their generation, they were built on that. Can't say that about our generation now.
Our generation built on it too. I'm doing it.
I believe
I'm
you,
doing it.
but you know,
I got other peers that's doing it too. But we have because just back then we had people to make excuses. Before that, we had people to make excuses. In the future, we're gonna have people to make excuses. That's all I'm trying to get at. Like this year, also with me, I'm just like, if you want to do it, do it.
yes.
You know what it is too. I think Drake. I think it's two people that you gotta get to be able to build in a healthy way. You got to be able to build with someone who has experienced what bottom feel like, or you got to be with someone who didn't have to go through bottom, but respect people that been through bottom. If you don't got one of those two people, you're not going to be able to ride 2023 into the years to come. Because a lot of people really, because they've had everything cushioned and never lacked anything, feel like, oh, you're just making excuses, or you're just this, or you're just that, or why don't you just go do this? Nah. What you gonna do when you don't have? What's your attitude gonna be when you really stuck?
Yeah, and so many things with my head right there with that statement, because I usually, like years ago, I would say exactly. Well, I would say for me and my team, I need to have that. I need people that want to put in the work. Okay. People that want to see it. Because I've been at the bottom, but I empathize with people too, no matter what position they in. Because they bottom may be a little different than the bottom I was on. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to be mindful of what I'm trying to accomplish and what's the steps I want to take to get there. That's simple and plain. This is what I want to do. If you want to do it with me, let's do it together. But, and once again, you can't bring everybody with you. You want to come with you too. You can come back later.
Look, 2020, having a podcast taught me that, because it's like I done dropped so many people that used to work with me. Like around the time of when Lick Talk first started, I had like 2 co-hosts. It's like neither of them made it to episode 100. So it's like I feel like that, because it taught me one thing, that not everybody is going to have the same hunger you do. So you got to keep pushing your dreams yourself. And also along the time, you're blessed to meet people in other places who have that same hunger for you, the same hunger you do.
Yeah. And make better relationships too. Once again, even for the people that may not be there with you anymore, you still can be good with them. I would say like, hey man, do you want to share this? Do you have this post here? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever you feel. I don't like burning bridges if I don't have to. Once again, I don't have to burn the bridges not to use the bridge any longer. Makes sense. And that's what I say with that, and that's a business. Okay. Once again, I don't have to burn it. I can just say, okay, maybe I need to come back and get old cricket, and maybe I need to put a little maintenance into it, exchange a plank or something. I'm trying to get to that point where, once again, it's more point of travel, sit down, meet people in positions I want to be in. Stop being so. I'm really afraid to speak, but really be, as well as I'm leading, also being more inquisitive and continue to step up my knowledge as well. One thing, I may talk a lot, but one thing I was taught at a very young age: if you talk a lot, make sure you know what you're talking about.
Thanks.
Be mindful of what you're saying, and it's just one thing is doing research, being more prepared, being like Shan, that you say, having everything locked in. So it'd be, I'm finally learning how to really edit more, where I can keep all my stuff stored in one spot when I can just boom add all my things in. But do I have my thing with the hashtags? No, not yet. Do I have everything? I have a little bit with the bios. I kind of got my framework I like with the covers. I'm still looking for each episode, but all in all, it's just amazing what we're pulling together. I'm proud of y'all. But once again, I just want to be mindful whatever I put my hands on, even in my 9 to 5, I'm gonna give it my best, my all. I care, and that's just me in general. I care about what I care about. I wouldn't work for a place if I didn't care for them. It's bigger than just a check. That's why I'm a nonprofit type of person. I don't mind working for a for-profit, for a business, corporate, however you put it, because you're gonna have the same challenges, in my belief. Those are had the same challenges, but like for instance, like Shan, have you ever thought about working for a nonprofit?
No.
That may be your thing, and that's why I think my mindset is a little different, because I work for places that have a mission to take care of community and people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're here for a mission, I always go back. And that's why I have a mission statement for everything culture. I always say, well, Steph, what's the reason I'm doing this?
Stop give me work.
Say it again.
Like always trying to get somebody work.
Well, hey man, that's the thing. Because that's who I am in my core. I can't help it.
I think working for a company that has a mission that's outside of profit is great. But opportunity and the right position be having to align with me. And that's my problem.
What you mean?
Because I would love to focus on working for a company that I found fulfillment in and had a mission that I aligned with. But a lot of them don't make sense money-wise. Because it's kind of like I'm in a position where I owe my kids a certain lifestyle. But they ain't actually here. And so yeah, I would love
they don't pay enough money.
Yeah, I would love work for X, Y, and Z, but what you giving me for this, I can't do. It's not that I'm incapable of doing it. I can't do because the money don't make sense.
See, we ain't got enough time for me to jump all on this right here. You know, I'm like, you kind of say, like, wait, Shan, you, the organization of the place of business, the corporate that makes money to make money would pay you a bit more. That's what you assuming, because some of these nonprofits break off. But you don't like the focus because they get more money, or they pay, because that's how they make their money, is by paying the people under them less money. You know that, right?
Wow.
But with a nonprofit, you at a place that you can get paid usually a fairer wage compared to the owner or the CEO.
Show me one in Georgia. And we
a nonprofit. Okay.
A nonprofit in Georgia.
I am a recruiter. So what you need? How much?
We'll talk.
Okay then. Okay. Don't challenge.
Hey, Drake. Hey, I kind of have to put you to work too, though. Look, if I don't want to while you at it, you talking about these nonprofits and stuff. Listen. I mean, I'm trying to work too. I'm saying better edit my resume while I'm at my night job. I'm applying for another job because I need something to do during the daytime.
See, and I'm keeping a buck with y'all. Now with a nonprofit, you come in that mindset, don't have time, I don't have time. No, you need to make your time for here because they need you. You working for, if you working with children, families, I'm more likely, because my work is, I don't mind doing extra work at work because I see people that I help.
That's another gamble for me, because I don't have time to physically be where a lot of people want me to be.
But I understand that, and there's a lot of people say that's too. But the thing is, so you don't have to be there, but they need to call on you. They need to reach out to you. You don't have to be accessible physically. Same thing. I'm like, as a recruiter, I was just talking about, I'm a little bit extra. Damn, I gotta call people tomorrow. Well, Monday.
Yeah.
But when I talk to someone, if we have an interview or we have a conversation via telephone or like verbal, I'm gonna call you and let you know if you didn't get the position. I could just send you an email. Real simple. But I'll make sure to make things personal. But that is a touch. And you know how many people hit up and like, hey man, I really appreciate it. Yeah, Brandon, I really appreciate that. Like make a difference. And I've helped other people after they didn't get a position at where I work, get a position somewhere else.
That's real.
And I don't get paid. But guess what? I could be a headhunter and do that. I can right. We're doing that. If I get you to a job, I can get a cut from that. Right now, we just talking and having a conversation, and that's the position of a recruiter, though. But do I think recruiting is the end all be all for me? Fuck no.
No.
But the thing is I am passionate no matter what I do. When I do my CPS stories, as you think y'all, every caseworker was good. I don't know if y'all listen to that. A lot of them caseworkers was trash.
Any job ain't everybody good.
Right, but I'm just keeping it a book. But working as a caseworker completely different. Y'all know that.
That's just how I feel about nurses. There's some nurses that
hate being a nurse.
I'm just like, why would you take this?
Because they want money. They got to take care of their own personal needs.
And that's ignorant.
But the people do it all the time.
Let me tell you something.
All the time.
If my job wasn't to look at what I have to look at and not be hands-on with people, I wouldn't be working it. I work the job I work and I clock in on a weekly basis because I don't have to physically have a person in my face or touch a person.
Yeah.
So and I know mentally and emotionally that's where I'm at. I've been working since I was 16, 3 jobs at a time. I ain't stopped until I was 30. I don't like people on a level where I can have them at a capacity to have that reach of me anymore.
Understood. If anybody understand, once again, I understand.
Listen, I'm trying to Tetris what fits in Chantal's life with who is Chantal right now. And that's my dilemma.
So my question is, both of y'all, if somebody gave y'all let me give a nice little price. Think of income. So let's say somebody gave y'all a $300,000 loan. Okay, $300,000. You got 10 years to pay it back. All right, this is just I'm talking about to talk business though. $300,000 loan, 0 interest at that too. But you have to pay it back. Would y'all be able to take your platform and your business to the next level and pay it back within the next, what did I say, 10 years?
I would.
You said low. I heard yes from low.
Yes, I would. We're gonna think glass half full here. Yes, I would.
Okay. Shan. Hey, Brittany.
Hey.
It's good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to y'all. Mom, can I just have a tiny piece of candy?
Oh, see what the kiddos here. I just asked a little question. We'll be on here for like another 25 minutes. You know, we're streaming on YouTube, by the way. We're just having a good conversation with happy hour. You know, we tune in. Listen, if anybody here on YouTube hearing this now or later, every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via Zoom. We stream on Facebook and we stream on YouTube, half and half. We already been on Facebook. Now we're doing the last few moments on the twos. And we will talk about New Year resolutions or, our goals and expectations, what we intend to complete for this year. Then we transition on being a business owner, a leader, either in a corporate place when you work for someone else or you're working for yourself. And the question I just asked, if someone gave you a $300,000 loan, okay, you have to pay it back within 10 years. Would you be able to pay it back in 10 years? 0 interest, by the way, no interest. And would you work for somebody else or would you start your own business?
Ooh, okay, that's a
That's a lot. So you said $30,000 loan?
300.
300,000. 300,000. 10-year. I believe that I can. That will give me more than enough to continue with my art business, expand on my painting, my resin, get my little studio together and take off from there. Do I think I would work for anyone else? Absolutely not, because I have a goal set in mind and I want to be able to pay that off before then. But I would definitely be comfortable. I will be in my element and I would not need any other distractions.
Okay. So. Baylor, was good with you, baby. Happy New Year, brother.
What's the word?
Chilling, man. Yeah, I'm assuming. Baylor, you ready for the question? I don't know. Did you hear the question, Baylor?
I heard. I was listening to the answer. I didn't get the question.
Okay. Question. You got a $300 loan. My apologies, $300,000 loan. You got to pay it back within 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to pay it back? And how would you pay it back? And it's zero interest.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In the field that I'm in, yeah, it'll be. We probably can get that back to them. I don't know, somewhere probably in that second year, because the first year it'll be new to us. But yeah, the field that I'm in, it'll help. Yeah, we could definitely use that. Me and my wife were just talking about that.
Discussions already about it.
Yep.
What about you, Shan? I ain't heard from you, Shan.
Honestly, right now, I want my time money. I would take that $3K, buy some properties, and rent them out. That way, faster than the time period of them wanting that back, I could be able to give them back that money and then keep money coming in. Like, the reality is, really what I need in my life right now is X amount of money to invest in a property that would constantly give me money on a monthly basis. And I'd be completely comfortable, especially where I'm at. Because everybody's renting. That's what these companies are doing. That's what banks are doing. They're purposely buying land, building properties that are just for rent. They're not for sale.
Okay. I'm loving it. And the way I'm looking at it, for me, I'm thinking about 300,000. If it goes straight to everything culture, okay, my automatic thing is, all right, paying off the main things that to deal with. I ain't gonna spend the whole money, but I gotta look at people and salaries that I can at least bring 1 or 2 more people on, so I can make sure to lock it in, so I can start building marketing as well as refunds, not refund on investments as far as sponsorships. Once again, marketing, one of the biggest things to sell yourself on. Like, once again, you don't sponsor ads. I don't want to do them, but I'm gonna have to start doing them soon. But at the same time, bringing somebody else in to do the editing. My thing, going out traveling. Once again, I want to spend the whole $300,000 first year. But at the same time, like Shan saying, how much would it take for me to bring? I'm gonna bring somebody else, hopefully young on, someone with another creative eye, and someone that won't want a high salary, someone that won't mind renting, and see how we can go from there. But if somebody wants just as much as I'm putting into it, well, that ain't gonna work. So I'm just looking at it from a big business mind, like, how can I bring up folks a team so I can make sure. And once again, when I get that, I got to make sure people care about what I'm doing as well. People have a mindset of the mission and the goal. If it's not the goal of the mission selling you, if I don't have enough money, it better be the goal of the mission selling you, because it's not gonna be a good fit. I got to find somebody else. But as far as taking it, so for what I'm putting my hands on to be successful, hell yes, ain't no doubt. 100% glass full. Like, but my glass runneth over. Okay, that's how I'm looking at it. Because right now I'm doing it without the 300,000. Well, that's a lot. That's a little bit more. I got, save a little bit of pocket change here and there. But it's not somebody else's money. It's my money. And technically, if you got to pay it back,
That's why people say you getting more money does not change you, it amplifies you. Because you should have already been doing what you would be doing with that money right now. It's just going to amplify it. So if you're bullshitting now, you're going to bullshit with 300K.
Absolutely. That's why I feel like about my 6-pack too. I got to stop bullshitting my 6-pack.
I would say, I want to jump in real quick. I would say that you are absolutely right. However, when it comes to certain fields, like a lot of people, if you ain't really got the funds, you can't just automatically jump out and expect things to just jump off. Because it takes time, it takes work, it takes effort. Like it takes tremendous effort. And I'm speaking on me and the art field because, you know, a lot of people are doing it. Cool. But a lot of people are not investing into it. And a lot of people are not, they're not being as supportive. Like you have some people and you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs, but it's not going to be that automatic takeoff. So you have to have some way to leverage it off as well.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely. I can't draw for shit or paint. Or I was horrible at coloring books. I barely got inside the line. So I shout out to my people who can do that. So like with stuff right here like this, I appreciate and I support the people who can get that for me. And once again, and more I grow and more I build on my studio, I want to bring in more artwork from people that I always can put on. Every time somebody asks about who did this right here, that's my sister. And I still paid her. Okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh yeah, no, there was no discount for that. This was like, hey, I didn't even know my sister could do this, but I know it's the type of marketing. She is a great talent, but she also have other things going on in life. So I understand, like, I know quite a few artists up here in Seattle that I've met that took a step out on faith and it seemed like it's going well, but that step out on faith is a scary step. We've had a conversation, but I'm talking about that, man. I don't know how I'm gonna pay the bills or the lights next month, or I don't know, you know, I ain't never had noodles all week. Being an artist or anything, an entrepreneur for yourself is scary. But you have some safety when you're doing it for someone else. You're getting something more consistent, but you're also stifling yourself and your artistic value. You know, you can work for someone else and do their artwork that they have a brand, concepts, and things for it. But it's not really who you may be. So that's a unique mindset behind it as well. But it's always this step out on faith I look at. But I'm enjoying the conversation too. And intend to be all deep, but that's how we do it, everything culture. Because even last night when I was sharing all the episodes I did for 2022, I'm like, shit, this has been a lot. And a lot of deep conversations too. A lot of valuable conversations. And I think how much time we continue to put in on the platform. And I'm still like, I ain't even put it on IG yet or TikTok. And I'm like, I still need people to check out, but I got to continue to market it. I was like, man, I remember if somebody could do this for me, but nobody's doing it for me yet. So I better do it for my damn self. So when I do have somebody to do it for me in the future, like and they, oh, I didn't have time. Well, you getting paid to do it, damn it. Like if I can do it without this, I expect even more if this is your sole thing. As far as your job, because this is not my main job. I still got to write up some SOPs and submit like 3 this week. Still got to make some phone calls. Still got to send hella emails. Still got to schedule some meet and greets and some interviews and send some rejection letters and calls and things. But that's part of work. Then when I get done with this, I got to drop today's Sunday. I'm dropping an episode tomorrow. I'm going to try to drop another one Friday. I may do 2, but you know, and that's the thing but I'm doing some great recordings, having some awesome conversations. I'm trying to do the merchandise still. I ain't even talked about the merch. Baylor know about the merch. Still trying to get the hoodie thing together, but then I'm working on some leggings and I'm working on some other little things. What do people like to wear? Do people want to wear the hats? But it's your brand. And when you have a brand, I want to go to the point where it's like everything culture is like a household name where, as Shanda said before, when I walk into somewhere or they don't even know it's me, they just know of the name. It don't have to be.
Brother, let me tell you, your brand gonna stand out regardless. But God bless you and your journey when you try to figure out what people like the most, and when you realize, dog, that it's gonna be impossible. You just gotta go with the flow.
Well,
and
okay.
then at the end of the day, you're gonna put something out that is so simple, so easy, and then it's gonna blast off.
But you got to put it out. I agree. And let me
Gotta put it out.
What people like the most in the moment.
You never know. You never know. I mean, you can always go out. You can always go off of the social media stuff. That's true indeed. Yes, like you can always take advantage of social media. Does have some perks to it. You know, when they had the hoochie daddy, when they had the hot boy, the hot girl summer, you got to take advantage of that if you want to. I didn't really care about it.
So I need to do some hoochie daddy shorts. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I did that. But I did it late.
No, don't clap at that.
but at the end of the day, what I'm just getting comfortable with is that I got to figure out maybe 4 or 5 things and just stick with that, because you said your brand is what they're gonna recognize. Nike can put out just about anything and it's going to sell, because they got different demographics, and those different demographics are high in numbers. So it don't matter if we rock, it don't matter if our culture in general rock Team Jordan. No, we not rocking those. But there is a culture that rocks those. You know what I mean? I could be the guy that say, yo, I want to sell crew necks, hoodies, and I want to go after a certain type of woman. Let's just say I want to go after the IGs. That's not what I want though.
Yeah.
My mindset would be more like how Shaq and Marbury was thinking. I'm not gonna have no high end, $200, $300 kicks.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to walk into the store and grab those right now. If I show you the demographics of who buy my hoodies, I gotta cater towards them.
And that's why I'm kind of doing the leggings, and I just came up with a great idea, and I'm looking to see if they have them on this website, because I'm gonna start working on that now. And we can talk about
95% of my demographic is women between the ages of 25 and 45. So who you think I'm about to?
Man. And that's why when it comes to merch, I can't really listen to the few men that be like, well, it's not a lot of stuff on here for men, because men ain't my main buyers. It's women.
No, yeah, men, we're easy. We're simple. I mean, as simple as can be. When it comes to women, I understand though. That's why when some women hit my DMs up like, is it do you have a large or do you have a medium? Is it in women's or is it unisex or is it men? And I'm like, shit. At the end of the day, I'm like, it's a lot. It's a lot to get to. So now I just stick with one thing. I'm not gonna even dive into women's sizes, because that'd be just too much. Because even in men's sizes, it's too much. I'm sticking with straight unisex. And then you just got to go with the flow. Like you said, everything culture is supposed to be a brand. It's got to be up there. So no matter what it's on, they're going to buy it because of the brand name. You know what I mean? They might like the look. They might love it. But more so often, I want people to be like, oh, snap, that is everything culture, or that is cozy warmth, or that is, whatever it is, because they just put this out. But I was stuck in my head for a long time. Doing this for about 3 years now and like still learning. That's the rough part. At the end of the day, if we all want to be entrepreneurs though, me and my wife just finished talking about this too. If you really think about it, we just don't push ourselves to that next level. And you got to give people a lot more credit who are able to tap into that type of discipline. That type of discipline is extremely hard because we're the average human. So we get distracted on anything nowadays, especially with our phone. And then you got a life outside of that. You know what I'm saying? You got to go home to your wife. You got to go home to your family. You got to take care of them. You got to go to work. Then you got to take care of yourself. You got to go to the gym, this, that, and the third. You got to have time to yourself. You got to have fun. But then when are you going to have that time you set aside to focus on your brand alone and be disciplined at it? I don't see too many people doing that anywhere. I don't care what field it is. There's only maybe less than a handful of people that I could point out that I know personally that really sat down for a large portion of their time and figured it out.
Respect it. And that's kind of how the conversation started. And I just got me an excellent idea that I'm not going to let slip my mind for branding. And we can talk about that. Demons.
Even with the podcast, like I think at the end of the day, we all just have to focus in on what we really want to do. The problem is when you want to do too much.
Yeah, you got to have some type of focus, you know.
Yeah.
See, like for instance, this website can't do what I want it to do, but I have a great idea, and I got to work on designing and finalizing and things of that nature. But I think it's a great thing for people to utilize for the market that we're serving. Same thing with I try to get like once again, I got my brand ambassadors, my moderators. Like I'm on this website now that my goal, like people who support me, you wear my product mean a lot to me. Once again, Bailey, you already know that how you put a smile on my face. You feel me? That's really how you get the people going. But because it means a lot when you invest yourself in something that you create and somebody put on. I know even for Brittany, if somebody's, tagging, if somebody's tagging you, say less. If somebody tag you into one of your paintings or something of that nature and say, that is a whole different type of euphoric feeling, that the endorphins shoot through you, that oxytocin, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. That is the chemical example of happiness, feel good. That's what it brings to me. So like with the hoodie, like I got to get the sizes together, but it costs. Let me tell you that.
Oh man, I got this year for my birthday, I got $200 in gift card money. And then Leah sent me $25 for my birthday. Yo, that went right back into the merch.
Happy birthday again.
I appreciate it. That went right back into the merch. But I didn't get nothing. And here's the killer part. For the last 3 years that I've been doing this, bro, I'm in the red. I ain't made no money.
What do you need? Like we're the same. We're in the same boat, player. But that's investment though. If you know anything about a business, you're gonna be in the red before you go into the green. It's very rare that you're going to just automatically get into that.
Yeah. And that's only because being indecisive on the designs. And sometimes I just be having a creative juice and I don't want to keep it for myself. So I want to put it on somebody else. So I'll just make something for, I don't charge people for shipping. You know what I mean? Until I get all that factored in. And all that locked in is just, I was like you, like I'm trying to figure out what everybody like.
Hey.
And then I just, just start sticking with a couple of things here and there.
I've learned, I don't charge people for shipping, but the price of the brick has went up.
Oh yeah, yeah. The trick is to put the shipping in
the price.
In the price.
At first, I wasn't doing it. I told y'all last year when somebody ordered like $200 worth of $200+ worth of merchandise, I got $4 from that.
For what? Wait, are you attached to? Are you you got a middleman?
Yes.
That's why I can't do that. I can't do that middleman.
But I don't make stuff myself. I ain't got the room space or attention span.
Why you got $4 from that?
From print, because after the price I have it set for, because I have an equitable price. Okay, no matter how big you are and things, like even though like if you have to wear a 3X to a 5X, you know, that costs more money for material all throughout. I'm gonna charge people the same price. So I up the price for people who wear like smalls and stuff and try to give a balanced price. Okay. So whatever you wear, it's the same price. I'm big on having being equitable on people with different body sizes. Okay. But at the same sense, with the price and with the middleman, they doing all that. Like my hoodies were like $40. They're like $65 now. Like, because that right there, I can't cut it. Because they went up on their prices and I wouldn't pay attention to my
But
email.
people don't take into consideration the shipping went up.
Yeah, and everything went up.
That is very true. But let me say this real quick. Let me go ahead and get this press machine and this circuit maker machine because I'm about to help you out.
Hey,
and that's too, like that's hard to do because
I need help with that too.
You don't want to have a lot of merch sitting.
Hey,
don't. That's easy. Just don't buy a lot of merch. Just buy if you just work on one. I mean, go through your sizes, but just work on one color or one or two color hoodie. Don't do the LeVar Ball route, even though he's winning. But don't make that same mistake that he had made.
But like, for instance, the hoodie that you're talking about, Baylor, I had the one that you made for me. You know, the hard one, the difficult one. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it with not with so much of the standing print, but just like the print like this one right here. If I can get like that same design all over, I'm good. People want that hoodie, but in yellow, they want that exact hoodie right there. So
but there's a way you could do that. You might have to put in a little bit more work for it, but there's an easier way to do it than what I did. Everything that I did on that hoodie was individually.
Yeah. And let me put it this way. Whoever can do it, I'm going to pay you to do it. Now, as long as we talk about the price, you can get your money up front. But I'm also trying to, like Shane already know, I was getting ready to do a whole rollout. But the person I was talking to, he quoted me one price. My wife was there. He quoted me the price by, 30 for each with like 40 hoodies. I'm like, say less, I'm on it. I talked to Shan, roll out. I want to do pre-orders. I'm trying to get the pre-orders for it to start rolling out. I talked to dude, like, all right, man, I already got a few people. They interested. They put them like, let's go ahead and start locking in. Oh, how much I say? I say 30. He said, oh, for that, I got to do 40. Fuck you, sir. I was like, what? Nah, you ain't gonna go up $10 because I know I'm out $10. If I'm doing 40 hoodies, you just charge me another $400 right there, just out the blue. I can't do business with you, man.
Wait, he was charging you how much?
He was charging me 30 for each hoodie initially. Okay. And TikTok. I mean,
all right. So look,
YouTube,
see, this is what I'm saying.
Hold on, let me quit. YouTube, it has been real. Love y'all. We about to hop out. We still gonna be having a conversation here on TikTok, not TikTok. We still have the conversation here on Zoom, but we love y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday. Once again, every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Everything.